everybody, this is Ginger and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and it's Wednesday, May 24th, 2023, and it's not too bad a day. It's partly sunny. It's sunny, it's nice. 64 degrees. I have my sweatshirt on because sometimes the wind gets, hey Nancy, sometimes the wind really whips through here and it gets a little cold. So I just try to get myself an even temperature. And I hope all is well in Alma, Wisconsin, Nancy. Hope it's not too stormy over there and just hope it's nice. Lately, in the last few days, Texas has been really getting in the thunderstorm department. So the thunderstorms, hail, heavy rain, that type of thing. Good. Good Texas had a lot of flooding. Sorry. Especially in the western panhandle. Tornado Alley area where it's really super flat, and there's really the drainage is not all that good. They're kind of like on I believe deadpan clay, and so the water there has tendency to the water table has tendency to stay on top and not really sink because you don't have gravel type soils and everything, so it kind of makes things tough. So, and I don't miss the deadpan clay either. Anyway, as you can see in my title, Hump Day Indictments, oh my. Well, Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, along with Mr. Garland, they're very close to wrapping things up. And they're still waiting for documents and everything else, discovery documents and everything else that Trump has been court-ordered to produce. Hey, Dorothy! So far, he has all those excuses and everything else, and Trump put out all these frivolous lawsuits and trying to squash it and everything else. Garland and Jack Smith won't budge. They said, nope, it's going to go for it. And also Trump in this protection order, so-called protection order, it's more like a gag order to me, but anyway. He who should not be named has been told to produce the documents and shut the hell up. And stop threatening people. Of course, he who should not be named is not listening. He's not paying attention. He's acting like a spoiled 3-year-old, okay, or 2-year-old. And he still wants his way all the time. Well, it's not going to happen. I would, if I were a judge, I'd just say he who should not be named. You keep this up, you're going to find yourself in jail, in solitary, and kept there. And you will be isolated. And no one will talk to you. And no one would hear you until you behave yourself. Because what Trump is doing is contempt of court, and he should be in jail for it. He should be kept there. And also the Federal Elections Commission needs to throw out his application to run as president. He doesn't act like he's running for president now. He's so glommed on to the cases that are more important than the presidential election. He's an idiot. Really, he's an idiot. And, of course, there's the espionage the Mar-a-Lago national security documents and everything else that he stole and everything else. He should be in jail for that too. They should stop pussyfooting around and just do it. Just throw him in the pokey, and that's where he belongs. And I'm going to say it, and if Facebook doesn't like it, well, tough Facebook. That's the way things are. You know, people are thinking it, and they should be saying it. So anyway, they're almost close to wrapping that up, and say indictment will be soon. They said either late spring or early summer. Well, you know what? They should not wait. They should just do it now. Don't give me indication that they're going to do it. Just do it. And with the indictment, this time, put him in jail. Don't do like what New York did on the 34 count thing. Just put him in jail and keep him there. Along the same lines, Trump is still ignoring court orders. He's been ordered to hand over the documents, and he's been ordered to stop threatening and to shut up. Is he listening? No. He's acting like a petulant child. And you know what? He should be spanked as such. They need to have more teeth than that. And need to bite him hard on this. The indictments are coming. And, good, and I hope they throw him in jail. They should put him in jail for it. Keep him there until the trial. And not allow him to gallivant around the country doing his so-called campaigns when he's not really campaigning, when he keeps saying the same stuff over and over again, not focusing on new issues or anything else, not talking about what he's going to do to fix it or anything. He never has. Even the 2016, he hasn't. He has no idea how things work. Okay? He's never studied it. I don't think he's ever studied civics. Especially with the GOP, the way they are right now, they're not listening either. They're not even listening to their constituents. I think they listen to each other more than they do constituents of corporations. And they're doing this stupid thing about the debt ceiling, which they can't seem to get it through their skulls. They want it both ways, and it's not going to happen, GOP. You raise the debt ceiling cleanly and just leave it alone. Leave it there until 2020, until after the elections or 8 years from now. Debt ceiling should be every 8 years, not 3 months, 6 months down the road. No, every 8 years. And as far as budget cuts and everything else, should leave it up to the various departments what budget that they can cut. Leave it up to the department. Leave it up to the Department of Defense. Leave it up to others. You know, they need to listen to the constituents. They need to listen to people who they work for. We are their bosses, okay? And they need to be reminded as such as their bosses. They don't work for corporations. They work for us, you and me. We're the guys that are paying the taxes. Really, back in 1914, after World War I was over with, the federal income tax was supposed to be dropped. It was supposed to be taken off the books. Well, they liked all this extra money coming in. They decided to keep it going without getting input from the American people. That needs to change too. It really does. Because other countries don't really tax their people income tax at all. They just rely on sales tax or whatever, how they do it. Vatican, they don't tax their people. And look how well they're doing. They just want people to be happy and content and, do things good. Now, I just saw the news and it just popped up on my Facebook page. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. I really loved her songs. I really do. One of my favorites is Proud Mary. And I remember when she first came out with that song. And it was one of my favorites. But may she rest in peace. May she fly high in heaven. And I'm sure she's joined the choir. I'm sure she's giving them a few tips on, the songs and everything. And it was really kind of sad to hear her backstory regarding her ex-husband, Ike Turner, how he abused her. And he took most of her money. Frankly, she should have slapped back at him, filed a lawsuit against him and said, nope, that money's mine. I earned it. It doesn't belong to you. But she had later on, she had a lot of health issues. She mainly had kidney failure. She'd been fought cancer. She was fighting a few other things that was going on with her. And she decided to move to Switzerland and become a Swiss citizen over there. But she kept her dual citizenship. She was American Swiss, and so the reason why she kept it that way is because she still had family back in the States, and so she could go over there anytime to visit them. So that's why she kept the dual citizenship. She just preferred it peaceful and quiet over in Switzerland, and they accepted for who she is, and she did some performances over there for them before she retired. So, Tina, rest in peace. And may you be pain-free. A lot of good singers, artists are dropping. A lot of good ones. And it's really sad to see it. You don't see very many songs like Tina Turner did come up anymore. The 70s and 80s and 60s were very, very good songs. A very good era back then. Because I would pick it up on the radio and a brand new song would come out. And what I would judge it whether they play it and they leave it up to you whether you like it or not. And I remember riding my horse to those songs, too. So anyway, we need to buck together and start solving problems, start pushing back. That's what we need to do. Now, there is some media groups there, platforms that put out all this misleading information and everything, misinformation that's going on, that they need to be pushed back on that too. And some like the more of a right-wing type thing, but the 1945 media article you see pop up once in a while on your MSN feed. See these misleading headlines saying, oh, well, something wrong with Biden and everything else, something's wrong with Kamala Harris. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just healthy. They're just working and they're doing their jobs. And I think what's definitely wrong is with he who should not be named. He's going bonkers and more bonkers every day. And I don't think the guy's getting any sleep or very little sleep. And he knows he's in big trouble. But when you have a crook that sits there and lashes out, lashes back, and he keeps telling lies after lies after lies. He keeps digging himself a hole further. He just needs to shut up and let his lawyers do the job. But would he? No. He's making their job harder for them. So, some lawyers should just say to Trump, no, I'm not going to represent you because you're unreasonable. We can't represent you because of your actions. And people like that make it hard for other people more than anything. And yes, pretty soon the presidential primary is going to be starting, which is starting soon. So, this Tim Scott, I saw his videos the other day, and I go, he doesn't talk about what he could do to fix some very serious issues. All he talks about is, well, not very smart stuff, okay? I get the impression he doesn't know how things work either. President Obama was a smart one. He knows what's what because he's a trained lawyer. He's a constitutional lawyer. So he knows how things work. He knows how the government works. He had experience both in the House, in the Senate, and the House. So he knows how things work back and forth, okay? There are a number of politicians, well, that's what they are, that's their job, that have started at the bottom. Many of them started at their own local community, their own town, their own city, or whatever, the council, town council, or village council, and they worked their way up from local to state, and then to the federal level. That's how they get their experience. Whereas he who should not name didn't. He just went directly to the top without getting experience at all, not knowing how things really work. When people try to teach him that, he wouldn't listen. He had this attitude that he knows everything. Well, he doesn't know everything. He was asked a very direct question, and he didn't listen to the question. He just assumed. So, anyway, well, what are you ladies doing today? Outside of listening to me. Which is cool, which is good. I will post. Yeah, I know, I saw that. And, frankly, the Federal Elections Commission needs to throw him out. I think he's gonna lose. And with his thing going against Disney, a lot of people love Disney and Disney World. And love going there. And he's not helping them any, and he's gonna lose his own state of Florida for what he's doing. He's screwing up the economy there, and it's not gonna happen on the national level. And on thing on education, everything else, I'll bet you 2-1 that guy has skipped a lot of important classes when he went through school, especially in high school. I'll bet you he skipped a lot of classes. I bet you he skipped school most of the time, and so he doesn't bother learning stuff when he should be learning. I would love to see his grade point average. Because with education, nobody can take it away from you. Yeah, he has. I agree, Dorothy. He has. And I think Florida should turn around and ruin him. good, Nancy. What are you sewing? Are you doing a quilt or what you doing? I'm still working on my website. I know I keep saying this, but it's a long process on my store. And I'm trying to figure out how to do sorting and everything look better. And the company that I had brought everything over from Wix over to Shopify, screwed some things up. And so it's not very user friendly with their thing. And so I'm thinking about just starting all over, get a new storefront, and then move some stuff over. So things are a lot more simpler. Because right now the design slip that redid my landing page and everything else in my store is not that user friendly, and I'm not that happy with it. So, because I went in there and tried to do sorting with it, discovered there were a number of things that were missing. So I just, like I said, I need to fix it and start getting sales again. So. Oh, nice. That's cool. I like that. Do you do any pet beds? You know, making like a pet bed or something like for cats and things like that? Sorry. I'm trying to keep fresh air coming in here, but they're mowing the lawn, and you're darned if you do and darned if you don't. What do you want, Nose? I'm right here. Come here, Nose. Come here, Nose. You can hear it with my cat Cyrano. It's a long process with him too. He's eating, he's drinking, he's going to the restroom, so I don't think he's lost any more weight. Oh, that's cool. Do you have like you work directly for that company, or do you have your own website to sell it through? That's cool. So I'm very happy for you for that. Oh, by the way, Nancy, do you realize it's been a little over a year since you bought anything from me? Out of my store? It's been like almost 1 year. Well, it will be 1 year. So I hope you're still happy with your kitchenware and everything. So, okay, come on. Oh, you're independent contractors. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I used to do that. Years ago, I used to do Mary Kay, and then it didn't work out very well because the market's so saturated and everything, and so I dropped Mary Kay. Because they were making, first in the company started making things difficult, and I'm going, no, that's not how you do business. So, good, I'm glad you're happy with it. So, if you need anything, I will be starting making my, if I figure everything out through my website, I will be doing, posting, newsletters on what's for sale and everything. Just be short, one-page newsletter. It won't be, gigantically long or anything. So, I'm really happy for you, Nancy. Good. Good. You're bringing a little extra money. That really helps. So, anyway, well, it's almost time for me to sign off. Let me check my calendar. 1 minute. Okay, I will see you on Friday at 1 o'clock as usual. I will be posting this on my YouTube channel, and I'm up to 22 subscribers. I need more subscribers, guys. So please share. We'll talk about anything under the sun and everything, and day's events, and I don't know what we're going to do when the indictments are over with and everything else, but I'll be glad when that, that occurs. So, get that out of the way. So, anyway, I will see you guys Friday at 1 o'clock. I'll keep you posted. And, yeah, you too, Dorothy. Stay safe. Love you guys. Don't work too hard, Nancy. And don't get poked by needle, sewing needle. Be sure to have Band-Aids at the ready. Good, I'm very happy for you. Okay, love you. And I will talk to you guys later, okay? Bye-bye. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back, okay? See you later. Okay, bye-bye.